Welcome to LeonCo, welcome to your weekly video. Welcome to LeonCo, and we are continuing our topic for the month of October of scary things that can happen in your financial life. And on week number 2, we'll be discussing something that lots of us are facing or lots of us are trying to avoid most as possible. And yes, one of the scariest things that can happen in your financial life is having bad credit. Yes, having bad credit or having just average credit is a big struggle, especially in this financial age when most of the financial activity, the financial loans, most of the things that you do in a financial standpoint depend on having credit, both in a business standpoint and in a personal standpoint. So why is having bad credit such a scary thing? Well, when you come to think about it, when you're young, when you're fresh out of college, maybe fresh out of high school, you don't necessarily think about having credit or having bad credit at all. This is not something that most people talk about when they talk about finances. They mostly focus on having money, saving money, having budgets, but having credit is one of the most important things that you can do because that is your asset to financial institutions so that they can lend you money because you have the credentials that you can pay them back. And the better credit you have, the less interest, the more reliable you'll be. And it goes both ways. If you have bad credit, the financial institutions will be very hesitant to provide you loans, to provide you money, because if you don't have this good history of paying back, or you don't have this good history of paying your debts, the probability of them giving you loans or handing you out money is very low. So this is something that is very important that you need to have your mindset into, that you should always strive to have a good credit, surpass the 780 to the high 790s, 800 mark, because that points of credit will give you the best opportunity and the best flexibility to negotiate with financial institutions when it comes to getting a job, getting a loan for a car, getting a house mortgage. Maybe you want to have a personal loan to work on some new business, or eventually move on to create your own business. And having that credit score, having that credit capability is going to be a huge factor for you. And when you talk about having bad credit, it limits your capability. There are lots of institutions that can help you when it comes to improving your credit. But the reality is that that stigma or that going up that hill or getting back on that good credit score is very challenging and it's very hard. It takes lots of discipline. So our best advice is, if you have debt, be strict, be responsible with that debt, always pay it on time. If you have a credit card, our best advice is, when we do how we work credit cards, is if we use it, we wait a couple of days and we pay it off. We don't let our credit cards fill up or max out. We try to pay it as soon as possible. These 2 tips can help you lots when it comes to credit. If you're young, if you're in your teens, if you're fresh out of high school, if you're going to college, one of the best tips that we can provide you is, if your parents, and this is very important, if your parents, if your tutors have good credit score, and this is the best and most important thing, if they have good credit score, ask them to be a co-signee for you. This can help you lots because this will help you develop credit over time without necessarily having to go on a loan or having to get a credit card, but you will have this credit history that eventually when you want to get a credit card or when you want to get a loan, you will have that history of credit. So this is the best advice that we can provide for you guys. So I hope you guys are sticking to us throughout this journey. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy, and always remember to have that king mentality.